Our next segment of the webinar today is to highlight one of the companies and an individual who has chosen to come to the Carolina Corps. And it's now my pleasure to introduce you to Eric Billings, who is the controller of Nature's Value, a manufacturer of vitamins and dietary supplements that recently decided to move their headquarters to Winston-Salem from New York. The story of Nature's Value landing in the Carolina Corps is a story of collaboration and teamwork within the region. Kudos to economic developers in Davidson County and Winston-Salem for working closely together to ensure that Nature's Valley landed in the Carolina Corps, regardless of county lines or economic development boundaries. Nature's Value plans to invest at least $18 million and add 263 new jobs in the region. The company has existing operations in Davidson County and plans to consolidate its headquarters, manufacturing, and distribution operations into the new facility at Whitaker Park. Eric was key to the decision-making process to invest in the Carolina Corps. Eric, thank you so much for joining us today to give us an employer's fresh perspective on why the Carolina Corps. Eric, can you tell our attendees a bit about Nature's Value and what your plans are for Whitaker Park in Winston-Salem?
Good morning. Yes, I can mention we are a Nature's Value, as you mentioned, we vitamin food supplement manufacturer, and we distribute to wholesalers who then sell to the general public. We basically manufacture, the vitamins you go to the store for, that you take every morning, things like that. And we're the raw materials type of people that other companies put labels on. One of the important factors in our looking into North Carolina in the first place was obviously economic. Anybody who knows anything about New York and the tax burden that is on us here in New York knows that we are always fighting an uphill battle to, turn a profit and to essentially be a successful business and to keep people employed and to offer a good set of benefits and a pleasant work environment. And it becomes increasingly more difficult. When we acquired our North Carolina facility, which gave us an advantage with one of our major customers, we started to see how much more favorable the Mid-Atlantic area was as far as economics and just generally the workforce, the people, the environment. It was just a very welcoming environment, not to mention the positive business aspect of it, which is, of course, a major consideration. So when we started to look for a new facility, we looked. Again, Mid-Atlantic was a big area for us to look at. Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, that whole area was very attractive. But we basically chose North Carolina. First of all, we had a facility there, so that made it, gave North Carolina a big step forward. And the people that we met just seemed so welcoming and excited to make the investment in North Carolina so that we could turn around and make the investment, be a good partner with the state, with the community, and with our employees. And right now we have here in New York about 250 odd employees, and we have about 55 employees that are currently in North Carolina, and we intend to keep all of those jobs that are currently in North Carolina and grow to so that 250 hopefully one day becomes 350, or however big we can get, benefits everybody.
Eric, when you and I were talking to prepare for this, you shared a little bit about the lifestyle attraction of the region to you and perhaps the weather. Would you share that with our audience?
Well, not shoveling snow is definitely a plus. When winter shows up, on a Monday and it's gone by the weekend, you got my vote. So shoveling snow that comes up to your backside is not my idea of a good time. So at least we're not in Chicago. So
And
that's
Eric,
went to college out there, and that's not fun.
and Eric highlighted the fact that his family was very enthusiastic about the move as well. With his wife likes the beach and the proximity to the mountains.
Well, we are, my wife and I are ocean people. I mean, it's nice to have a pool. Lakes just won't do, and you got to have an ocean because that's just the way we grew up. She was a boater, and she was out on the water, and I grew up and spent my summers down at the Jersey Shore. So the ocean was a big factor, and the things that my wife and I are talking about, well, we're getting pretty close to that. Where are you thinking about retiring? And as some people, Florida wasn't really an issue for us. We didn't want the, summer year round. We wanted some change of seasons. And it's just, well, you know what, how about, move out to the Midwest? There's no. I gotta have the ocean. I gotta have okay. Hey, you're not going to get an argument from me. So then we're talking mid-Atlantic. My brother is a retired Navy, so he lives in Virginia Beach, so he's pretty close. My cousin just retired, and he's down in North Carolina. I think they call it the Inner Banks. So I have family in the area. And when I interviewed for this position, and Oscar had told me, well, we're thinking about buying a facility down in North Carolina. If I was a dog, my ears would have gone up. And so I was kind of wondering how I was going to broach this subject with my wife. And when I told her if she was a dog, her ears would have gone up too, and her tail would have been wagging. And it would have just been one of those, yeah, let's do that. That sounds great. We're, it's what I like to call a God moment, where God just put it right there in front of you, and all I had to do was go pick it up. So that's what I did, and that's what we're looking for. We're when you get to move to a place that I've been in the area, I'm very familiar with the Virginia Beach, Outer Banks, North Carolina type of area. And when you've grown up in the city and on Long Island, and you're looking for to be not too far from the city, but far enough away where you're not in the city, that's what we're kind of looking for. And North Carolina fit that bill beautifully for us personally. That was, for my wife and I personally, and it's a place where we hope our children will want to come and visit, but not too often. And our whatever grandchildren we get presented with can come visit us down there as well.
Eric, can you tell us what are the next steps and the time frame for the Nature Value project?
Sure. Well, right now, we just recently, within the last couple of weeks, closed on the building at Whitaker Park. So that major hurdle has been taken care of. Anybody that has ever moved from one house to another can only imagine what it's like to move an entire, 400,000 square foot manufacturing and office facility from, a couple of 100 miles. It's going to be a major undertaking. Right now, we are beginning the process of finding people who can do it. We're looking to examine the current facility in more detail to come up with floor plans. Where are we going to put equipment? Being a vitamin supplement manufacturer, there are very stringent regulations that we have to follow. We have to essentially have clean rooms. I mean, the last thing anybody needs to do, quite frankly, is to find a hair in their vitamin C. So we've got to make sure that everything we build is not only up to federal, state standards, but they're up to our standards, which in many cases exceed what we have to do. So we want to be the best provider that we can be for our customers, for the public. We also want to be a good neighbor, a good employer. We want to be able to provide for the community, because the community essentially will be providing for us. So this mutually beneficial agreement that we're going through right now, I anticipate as being good. I don't know when this is going to finish. It's, you know, anybody that has, like I said, if you've moved from one house to another, if you've been in one house for a long time, you have accumulated quite a bit of stuff, and there's always one more thing. Until that last box is unpacked, there's one more thing, and who knows if you're ever going to get that last box unpacked. But we anticipate. Well, we have started the process. I don't really know exactly where we are in the transition process. The first step, obviously, is to find the movers. We have to find architects. We have to find builders, and anybody who's been paying attention to the news know the building supply is in short supply, so that could extend the length of the project as well as whatever costs are associated with that. But we hope to be fully underway, I would say, within the next 9 to 12 months, you know, where there is a noticeable, hey, that wall wasn't here yesterday, and, you know, where did that machine go? And so that's our goal, and hopefully, God willing, he won't laugh at our plans. He'll go along with them.